Be careful what you wish for. Shaker was rushing off to work, taking his breakfast as he was walking out the door. He had his phone on one hand and suitcase in the other. Shruti, I've had enough. I'll be late for work, he said to Shruti, who was carrying the breakfast and following him all the way to the car, feeding him literally. How can you work on an empty stomach? Asked Shruti, concerned. I'm not a small kid, Shruti. I can manage, he replied and got into his car. Don't forget to pick the kids from school. They're staying back for the practices for the school festival and there would be no buses, reminded Shruti. Okay, just text me a few minutes before they have to be picked up, said Shaker and rushed off to office. He was handling the accounts of a law firm and the yearly audit was being conducted. It was a long, hectic day for Shaker. He picked the kids and returned home very exhausted. As soon as he sat on the couch, the twins, Jay and Kishan, began their acrobats on him, climbing on his back. Kids, please go play elsewhere. I need to take rest. Please do not make much of a noise. Better play outside. Papa, Jay is going to be Akbar and I'm going to be Birbal for the school drama festival, said Kishan excited. Yes, good job. Now let Papa take rest. Go on, repeated Shaker and dozed off on the couch. A while later, Shruti came and placed a hand on his forehead and said, Shaker, why don't you take a shower and freshen up? I have prepared dinner. Shaker woke up and sat on the couch and said, No, it's okay. I'll have dinner from Hassan's place. It's a weekend. I need a break. I'll stay there and come back tomorrow. He got up and went to take a shower, ignoring Shruti's attempt to insist on staying home. Shaker got dressed up and said, Kids, tomorrow we shall go to the park. The kids didn't respond. They continued playing with their toys that lay scattered all over the living room. Hello, anybody hearing? He asked, placing a hand next to his ear. You always say so, Papa, and you come late, said Jay. This time it's a real promise, said Shaker. We'll see, replied Kishan. Shaker smiled and went over to the calendar on the wall and circled the date, 10th of April. Shall I prepare your favorite pudding for lunch? Asked Shruti, wishing he would be back tomorrow earlier. He turned to Shruti and said, I shall give you a call, and left to his friend's place. Hassan and Shaker were childhood friends. Both of them loved basketball. They threw a few hoops and sat down to take a break. So, how's things going on? Asked Hassan. All tied up, replied Shaker and continued. There's the workload on one side, kids picking up and dropping Shruti's lecture on diet and health. Oh, my house is like a carnival, noisy mother and kids. You don't know how lucky you are, reminded Hassan. You have a good job, loving wife, and wonderful kids. You can say so. You are single, replied Shaker. I wish I could take a break from all these and be at peace for some time. Saying so, Shaker once again dozed off on Hassan's couch. Hassan put a blanket over him and let him rest. Shaker woke up, rubbing his eyes. Early next morning, I'm home? When did I return home? He asked himself, looking around, and strolled through the living room. He saw his father at the table reading the newspaper. Oh, father, when did you arrive? He asked, surprised. You never informed. Oh, I've been here for the last 60 years. You lose track of time waking up in the afternoon, came his curt reply. Oh, somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed today, he mumbled and went towards the kitchen. Mom, why are you in the kitchen? Where is she? He looked around for Shruti. His mother looked at him and said, "She's gone for shopping." "Oh, and finally you got detached from your bed. It's afternoon," said his mother. "You take your breakfast and get me those groceries. We have father's friends and their family coming over today for dinner." The one mother-in-law that lets her daughter-in-law go shopping while she herself handles the kitchen chores, thought Shaker, and sat to take breakfast. He went out and brought the groceries asked for. As he entered his house, he could sense the heavenly aroma of his mother's special dishes. "Oh, I'm going to have a great dinner today," he thought. "Mom, that pudding smells great," said Shaker. "Can I have some to taste?" She served him a small portion in a bowl. As he tasted and let the flavors pour in, he heard a knock at the door. "Ah, they've arrived," said his mother. "Mom, I will take a quick shower and be right back," said Shaker. "Okay, go on. Don't be late," replied his mother. When Shaker came out from his room after his shower, he saw Shruti standing with his mom in the kitchen. "That's one long shopping," he thought. He went over to them and was about to ask how much she had spent from his credit card when his mother turned to him and said, "Shaker, this is Shruti. Shruti, this is my son Shaker," introduced his mother. "Namaste," said Shruti to a stunned and confused Shaker. "And Shaker," continued his mother, "your sister has arrived from shopping. She has been asking for you. It's been long since she have seen you." She turned to Shruti and continued, "You see, Janvi just arrived last night from Delhi. By then he was asleep." Shruti smiled and Shaker stood blank. What on earth is going on? His mother left the kitchen with a tray of sweets for the guests and Shruti followed her. Shaker was introduced to Shruti's parents. Shruti was going abroad for further studies, they explained. He tried making an eye contact with Shruti, signaling her to come by his side. However, Shruti never glanced. Shaker stood helpless, unable to react with the people all around. "Where are my kids? Where is Jay and Kishan?" he pondered. Finally, they got up to leave. He slowly slid behind and stood near Shruti and asked, "Shruti, what's happening? Where are the kids?" Shruti stared at him a moment and asked, "Which kids? You look all confused. Hope everything is fine. It was nice meeting you." She turned to his mother and said, "Thank you for the wonderful dinner, Auntie. God bless you, dear. Farewell in your higher studies," she wished. As they left, Shruti turned back to look at Shaker, who stood transfixed at the doorsteps. She asked her mother, "Mother, have I met Shaker any time before, like when we were kids?" "No, not that I remember of," answered her mother. "Why do you ask?" "I don't know. I feel I have met him before," she said, leaving. Shaker entered his house and looked around. The house was silent except for his mother cleaning the vessels. No voices of kids playing, no toys scattered around. He ran to his room and looked around. He noticed there was no trace proving Shruti stayed there with him. He sat on his bed, hands on his head. He felt the ground fall under him, the whole room spinning. He couldn't make any sense out of what happened. "Okay, calm yourself down," he said to himself. "What was the last thing that took place before I woke today?" he thought. "I was at Hassan's place." He immediately called Hassan. "Hassan, where are you? I need to see you right now," said Shaker in a hurried tone. "Are you kidding, Shaker? It's early in the morning here. How am I to travel 12 to 13 hours and come and visit you?" "When did you leave?" asked Shaker. "We just met yesterday." "In your dreams, maybe, Shaker. I've been in LA for the past 4 years. What happened? Are you okay?" asked Hassan. Shaker disconnected the call. He couldn't still make any sense of what was happening around him. He wanted to be with Shruti and his kids. He wanted them very badly. How can I stay without them? He could only recollect that one single day he spent with Shruti and kids. He couldn't pick up any more memories before that day. The most shocking thought struck him at that time. Was that a dream, or am I right now in a dream? Shanker couldn't differentiate dream from reality. He looked once again around his room. No toys, no kids or Shruti's wardrobe, nothing. However, the calendar on the wall struck his eye. He went closer to take a look. On it was circled today's date, the 10th of April. He remembered doing that with Shruti and the kids around. Why did he circle it? He didn't have a clue. As he stood there, something he said before echoed. I wish I could take a break from all these and be at peace.